Hey guys, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and this is the video review of the second generation Motorola Moto G, or also called as Moto G 2014. So last year Motorola released the Moto G with impressive specs at a very low price point, and it was subsequently released in India as well. The Moto G went on to become one of the best selling devices for the company. Early this month, Motorola announced the second generation Moto G, or the Moto G 2014, with few enhancements over the previous version and with a slightly lesser price point. The new Moto G comes with a 5-inch HD display and is powered by the Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor with 1 GB of RAM. The Motorola has also improved the camera on the Moto G to 8 megapixel from the 5 megapixel on the first generation. The new device also supports micro SD card, which is missing in the first generation. It also runs the latest Android version, Android 4.4.4 KitKat, and is also slated to get the Android L update whenever it's released. So we take a detailed look into the new Moto G to see if it is really worth the upgrade. In the design aspect, Motorola has followed the same design principles of the Moto G and also has the same quality and fit and finish. Similar to the original Moto G, the new model has curved rear panel as there is no uniform depth to the device. It is available in white and black colors, but users can always buy additional colorful back panels to enhance the looks. While the device keeps the same overall look as the first generation model, there are a couple of notable differences as well. The major changes with respect to the design is the dual speakers, which is placed above and below the 720p HD display. The power and volume keys are placed on the right side and they have a chrome finish. The 3.5mm audio jack is at the top, while the micro USB charging slot is at the bottom. On the rear panel, you have the 8 megapixel camera along with flash and the Motorola logo. The display size has been increased from 4.5 inch to 5 inch and has the same display, which looks pretty good. This also means that there are fewer pixels per inch than the predecessor, but thankfully they are not pixelated and looks more or less like the original Moto G. The viewing angles are pretty decent and so is the sunlight readability. But all in all, the original Moto G has a better display. Now moving on to the software on the Moto G 2014, this runs the latest version of Android 4.4.4 KitKat, and this time Motorola has shipped it with more or less like the stock Android. Performance has never been an issue on the first generation Moto G, and the same goes with the new Moto G as well. Motorola has added useful tools like Moto Migrate, Moto Assistant and also Moto Alert. The company has also promised that this device will be getting the Android L update when it's released by Google. Under the hood, there is 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon processor with 1 GB of RAM, which delivers great performance. There was no lag or issues, and it did deliver snappy performance even when running high graphic rich games like the Asphalt 8 Airborne. With the 5-inch display, the device is pretty good for gaming as well, although we would ideally expected a full HD display on this device. Since the phone comes with dual SIM card, there is also a dedicated option for managing the SIM cards. You can also choose between the two SIM cards and make them default for calls, 3G and also messaging. The call quality on the device was really good and we did not have any issues with the reception either. The phone comes with 16 GB of internal storage, which is expandable to 32 GB via micro SD card. While you can move certain apps to SD card, it cannot be moved completely due to the restriction from Android KitKat. The phone also has dual facing front speakers, and although the front speakers have decent performance, there isn't any major upgrade from the original Moto G in terms of the quality of audio output. Now moving on to the camera of the device, the Moto G 2014 comes with a 8 megapixel shooter with LED flash, which is a major upgrade from the 5 megapixel shooter on the original Moto G. The camera is probably the best upgrade for this device and it performs really well. There is also a 2 megapixel front facing camera for video calls and selfies. The interface of the camera has not changed and still sports the same basic features, which is kind of disappointing as there is very little control on the camera settings. But having said that, the 8 megapixel shooter is capable of great photos. It performs really well in bright light and with objects up close, which results in clearer and crisper images. The camera does produce great shots for a phone in this price point. There is still an issue with focusing object, which is kind of annoying at times. The phone can record videos in 720p, which is same as the original Moto G. 1080p recording is missing probably due to the cost cutting on this device. The video quality is again pretty decent. Here are some of the samples taken using this device. Overall, we were really impressed with the capabilities of the 8 megapixel shooter, and this is one of the best in this price point. Now moving on to the battery life, the Motorola Moto G 2014 comes with the same 2050 mAh battery found on the original Moto G. Battery life will definitely vary depending on your settings and also signal strength, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen brightness, etc. The Moto G will get you through a day of normal usage with calls, a bit of gaming, video, music and browsing. With bigger display and the same capacity, the battery life is slightly on the lower side compared to the original Moto G. Motorola should have increased the battery capacity considering the bigger display, which will consume more juice. So finally, is the Moto G 2014 worth the buy? Priced at 12,999 for the 16GB variant, Motorola has reduced the pricing of the phone even with the upgrades to display, camera and also the inclusion of microSD card. But having said that, things have changed since the first generation Moto G was launched last year. Now we have various devices in the same price point offering better specs at a lower price point like the Xiaomi and Asus. Moto G's biggest strength is the ready availability, which is missing for both Asus and Xiaomi phones. Moto G still offers remarkable value for money if you are looking for a solid mid-range Android device with a decent display, great camera and performance, and it also will be getting the latest Android updates. So that's all with a detailed review of the Motorola Moto G 2014. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, do hit the like button. If you have any specific queries on this video, do drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates, and thanks for watching this video.